Uh, good evening, Mister. My name is Oscar Wilmer Lobel Mendares. I am part of your English deductive workshop two class. My register number is 93 12 530. That is my register number. We're going to talk about today a little bit of formative assessment, designing a test. You assign us to do, if I remember, a traditional test, and also a online test. Now I'm going to talk about traditional tests. I don't know exactly if it is a traditional test because I don't used to do it, right? Because I remember that I had a class that was called, let me see, Seminario Uno, two, or one or two. I don't remember exactly, but uh, we talk about a lot about assessment, different kind of assessment in writing, listening, and speaking, and what else? Grammar, vocabulary, and we go on in that class. If I remember, since the beginning, we start like in a traditional test, and then we jump to an online test, and we use some those kind of methods like constructivism in order to do our assessment. In this case, I had a test that is, let me see if I can move this one. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Okay, this kind of test that I have here is, we got the formative assessment test. We got and at the beginning we got the section A, vocabulary, and the introduction is a complete chart with the phrases in the box. So we can see here the student can put inside this chart what is exactly what is exactly in the correct way, like how are you, what is inside, or nice to meet you, where can I, if it is part of the hello or goodbye. And also I have question about it, but this kind of question, I think it is really traditional because we used to a lot. If I remember in a school or in a high school, that we use it a lot. This one, which one? I mean, um, um, question and answers, like this one. Okay, but in this case, we got in parentheses the third person singular. If they're gonna write it on the line, the correct weight to use, like in this kind, if it is questions. What else we can see in the section B? We have grammar. Also, this is like in a traditional way we use it, because it is on a scramble words, and they have to put it in a correct way. But I think, I don't know if we use it, we still use it in our tests, but I don't use it. I don't use it as my school where I work. I try to change this one and do it more like, what can I say, more more interacting with our students. And what else? We can move to the writing section. That is a good exercise for our students. We got pictures. They love pictures, and according to those pictures of a family image, they will answer question given by the teacher. We have to give the question, and they're gonna answer what the relationship does fairly have with Michael, and we're gonna give them, and they're gonna write, and we're gonna interact in a little bit. This one is part of my, this one is part two of the online tests, but I don't have the online tests. I got a problem right now. Okay, with that online section, we got listening section, listen to the audio and write the words in the blank box about describing people. I think it is better here. That is exactly a traditional test because nowadays we used to interact a little bit more. Maybe they hear a conversation and they write a little bit, they hear something and they write a little bit conversation. What else do we have here? We have instruction, listen to the audio and answer the question true and false. Okay, they answer the question about what they listening, then get up early. And this is a kind of assessment that we can say that a student can use his listening skill and try to write what they listening or say if it is true or false. But it's traditional too because we use a lot in all. I remember when I graduated, when I finished my school long time ago. Those are the kind of a test that most of the teacher use it in every single grade. Okay, we say selections, and we got true or false a lot during the whole cycle of students and also in the high school. Nowadays, that changes. What else do we have here? We got a section, read a section that is really important in a test. Okay, that we got different kind of assessment and we interacting or putting in a different inside the test in different forward in different part of the test. And the student here have to tell about your family, what are they going to do at the weekend. It's like they answer questions, giving some specific day of the week, what else, years, or what they do every single day, actions. Okay, they read aloud too, they listen something, they read aloud. Doesn't start read, they read the reading aloud. If you don't feel able, you can listen into the audio once before starting. Okay, it's better that they listening and they are listening and they are watching, and they are listening, and also they're reading the part of the text that is presented here. It's not traditional, it's different kind of assessment, and it is really interesting because the students are listening and at the same time reading, and then they're going to write. They got the instruction for read a question and answer the teacher clearly. Tell me about your family. Maybe that's part of the of the text they read here. Then we got reading aloud too. Let me see. I think it have the same. I don't know what have the same reading here. Something happened. Sorry. And okay, that's a part of a test. Not exactly a traditional test. I try to use different kind of assessment and speaking and listening, vocabulary, grammar. But in grammar here, that is the really traditional way to teach to write tests for students. That I don't think so that this part of a grammar it have to be there because instead of that student need to be instead of that the student need to be more awake what they are answered. What else? Now, I don't have my online test here because I got a problem with the online test. It's not easy to do it. I work with a couple students, um, and during the pandemic, I did different kind of online tests, but it's no easy because I try to prepare myself to do it. And in the pandemic, I don't work with 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 students because during the pandemic I was a director of a school, and I didn't interact with the student. I interact with the student, but a little bit, a few, but not exactly teaching online or giving online tests. That's my first experience, but was not easy. Okay, that's my exposition for this in this case for main for this test. Thank you, Mr. God bless you. See you next video. Thank you. Mm.